Welcome to another episode of Solitaire Quest. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Like, share, and subscribe. And today, at this moment, at this time, I'm reviewing Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 10, The Last Generation. Got my fan going on in the background. So, in the summer months, you gotta stay cool, folks. You gotta stay cool, just like me, the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Yeah. So anyway, The Last Generation. We got previously on DNA Trek Galactica. And yeah, we got a recreation of the TNG intro. A little bit of that going on. And we got President Anton Chekhov gives an emergency broadcast to avoid Earth. That's a reference to Star Trek Voyage Home. Also, this would presumably be, I guess it's like the son or grandson of Chekhov, Pavlo Chekhov, and yeah, Space Dock repels the attack, and I wrote down my notebook. Is there no one under 20 under 25 there? So yeah. They go to Jupiter and they find there's a Borg supercube right inside the eye of Jupiter. Why did the Borg cube transwarp out there? Why doesn't the Borg cube just like fly? Since the transwarp conduit has come out at Jupiter, why hasn't the cube flown to the rest of the fleet to regroup, to have strength in numbers as they attack the station? And they have a voice filter signal to find the Jack on the ship. It's like they're on the Enterprise D and they're trying to find Jack through a voice filter somehow. And Space Dock is being fired at. They have Seven of Nine has combined a phaser with a transporter. So I guess they've hotwired those two. And there's a cook there to fly the ship. Seven reassures him. They're on the Titan right now. So yeah, the Borg are amplifying Jack's signal. Why do they even need him? It's like they have assimilated enough psychics, the Borg. Why don't they just send out a signal themselves? So, okay. Robocard. Jack is still in there. They scan for Jack. Jack Nicholson. No. Jack Nicholson. No, I can't do Jack Nicholson. God damn it. Anyway, they scan for Jack. Robocard, Riker, and Worf. They're to beam over and have a threesome. Ugh. I suppose Robocard, he is fully functional, I would assume. So yeah, they go to the Borg supercube. There's no sound or movement in the cube. Yeah, there are Borg drones there that are used to being consumed to feed the Queen. For reasons. Okay. Let's just okay. Let's assume the Borg Queen is either. Let's assume one of two things happened at the end of Endgame. The Borg Queen is a computer program. She's a computer program that exists in virtual space, so she uploaded herself to a Borg cube before the collective went all, before everything just got destroyed. So she either she's a computer program or she used an emergency transport, in which case she would be severely burned. But for nanoprobes, that wouldn't be a problem to repair, because they can work on such a small scale. So why does she need any kind of organic infusion if her body's nanoprobes can repair the body? And yeah, I'm not even going to touch on the fact that, yeah, they straight up pulled a Palpatine is back in the last episode. So yeah, they've pulled a Palpatine is back. Borg Queen is back. Let's say she's a computer program. Why does she even need any organics whatsoever? Also, Borg cubes do have maturation chambers. Why can't help adolescent drones grow? Why can't that be engineered to produce new cells and flesh tissues and all that? So yeah, there's no fucking reason the Borg Queen should be cannibalizing her own goddamn drones. Also, you would think that you would think that the Borg, after Endgame, once the Queen transferred her digital consciousness or beamed out somehow, you would think that with the drones still under her command, that she would go and try and find a way to reactivate what's left of the collective, because there's strength in numbers. Presumably in Voyager, the virus that took out the one Borg cube that they used to take out the Queen, it destroyed Unimatrix 01, the main complex for the Borg. Presumably there should be Unimatrix 0, there should be Unimatrix 2 through whatever, and countless Borg planets and whatnot across the Delta Quadrant. Presumably they all pulled a Phantom Menace, and they all shut down. Well, yeah. Yeah. Presumably, if that did happen, soon as the local powers of the Delta Quadrant, they figure that out. Once they figure out, hey, the Borg are no longer active anymore, and hey, there's this Borg cube just floating out in space. It's pretty much every sovereign power in the Delta Quadrant, presumably Beta Quadrant. They're going to be in parts of the Beta Quadrant too. Presumably, once they find out that the Borg had been Phantom Menaced, well, they're gonna go looking for some Borg tech, and they just create, the absence of the Borg just create a power vacuum, and any portions, and yeah, presumably anyone who can get to Borg space, they can pretty much, there's just a shitload of Borg technology left in Borg space that's now dormant. Now. And yeah, Delta Quadrant subsequently should be a shit show. So yeah, I don't get why the Queen spent a few decades trying to recollect the collective, but So yeah, RoboCard. So yeah, RoboCard has to be a father now. It's like RoboCard. It's like he's the father that showed up, folks. He's the father that showed up. Beverly has to. They have to lead RoboCard, and there's bad interference. RoboCard finds a Borgified Jack. The Queen is there, not looking too good. I wrote down my notebook. She looks like she drank a Bud Light. Yeah, the Borg Queen, she drank a fucking Bud Light and she looks all fucked up. So yeah, they have to break the line of sight for the Titan. In order, they have to cloak their ship in order to break the line of sight for the interconnected fleet control system thing. And Seven gives a good speech. The Borg Queen looks like Dylan Mulvaney's final form. Oh, man. Yep. The Borg wants to evolve. We got a scanning noise from Wrath of Khan. The Borg activate around Worf and Riker. Worf fights some Borg with a sword. Okay. The cube attacks the Enterprise D. Beverly fires phasers and torpedoes. And it's quite effective. And she says to the rest of them on the bridge, a lot's happened in 20 years. So yeah, they have to take out the beacon. Data has a gut feeling. And yeah, Data top guns the Enterprise D into the Borg supercube. So yeah. Basically, Data, he's flying the Enterprise D, which, like it's a fighter craft out of Top Gun. I mean, it's been pointed out before, but it's a bit dumb. It's like, that'd be like flying a naval battleship like it's a Top Gun fighter craft. I guess gravity and inertia and acceleration doesn't mean fuck all. And yeah, I guess, yeah, they ripped off Turn of the Jedi. And the Titan loses their cloak. RoboCard plugs directly into Jack. I mean, he's an android. RoboCard's an android after all. And yeah, the Borg are just gonna exterminate Earth as opposed to assimilate Earth. Yes, they're just gonna, again, leaving Borg drones on the. They're leaving bloody drones on the fucking table by not assimilating Earth. So yeah, they're just gonna exterminate. They're just gonna exterminate with the Borg, with the Federation-controlled fleet. They're gonna just exterminate us, Earth. So yeah, there's a dilemma of having to wait to destroy the cube. They can't leave RoboCode. Yeah, RoboCode plugged into Jack. We got a first contact flashback. RoboCard finds Jack, who is high right now. RoboCard is the same as Jack. Jack is a missing part of RoboCard. They fire, and the Enterprise D they finally fire at the beacon. The explosion is interfering with the transporters. RoboCard hugs Jack, and Jack wakes up. Riker gets emotional, and Deanna knows where they are. The Enterprise D they bad boys in right at the last second. The Borg supercube explodes really, really slowly for the Enterprise to escape. Jack hugs Beverly, and Riker hugs Deanna. Worf needs first aid, and he falls asleep. The Enterprise D and the Titan A fly together. Tuvok gives Seven a promotion, and Shaw is not a full asshole. And yeah, Seven, according to him, Shaw is going to write a new book. Tuvok denies her resignation. Worf goes to see Jaffe, and Worf tells her to be happy. And what else? Deanna sees Data, and he wept after watching an infant feed a cat. 1 year later, and the D is on display. The Enterprise D is shut down. Beverly and RoboCard take Jack to the posting in Enterprise G. Seven and Jaffe are the captain now. The Titan A has been rechristened as the Enterprise G. Jack is a counselor. Everyone is in the bar drinking and also playing poker. And they're giving a toast. First contact theme comes in. RoboCard wins a hand. They probably ad-libbed this. And then Q shows up at the end. He shows up at the end and he's like, yeah, I'm not dead. This is probably earlier. This is me probably in the past. But I'm still probably still gonna die. In Star Trek Picard Season 2. Oh. Consider... Oh. It's like, yeah. Okay. Q returns, and it's like... Yeah, this... I suspect it's like Q from before he dies. Before he reaches the end. I highly doubt in Season 2 that he was fucking with Picard or RoboCard. Other than that. So yeah, a nice conclusion to everything. I mean, yeah. Secret hideout. It's like all we needed was just like Star Trek Picard, just one season with the original cast and crew, maybe minus Brent Spiner, or maybe they established that Brent Spiner comes back. Just one solid season. And yeah, Terry Matalas, he transmuted shit. He transmuted the shit shows that were Season 1 and Season 2. And he managed to make lemonade out of that. And I like this. This episode wraps everything up. It brings back Q. I mean... Yeah. Overall, I would rank this higher. It's like I would rank this higher than Star Trek Generations. And that's, hindsight. That's me saying that in hindsight. Because, Generations, they killed Kirk. and they gave the Enterprise D a shitty death. But yeah, they definitely, Terry Matalas he definitely tries to his best to undo the past of what happened. I will admit that. It was honestly fun seeing the TNG cast again, not gonna lie. But yeah, a bit shitty what they did with Beverly, but and they probably only had Robocard have a son because, yeah, Kirk had a son in Wrath of Khan. So yeah, it's like for this, and this is going into me as a this is a whole season overall, the whole season. It's like you have you have there are plot contrivances in abundance. It's like, yeah, why do the changelings, why does the Borg Queen even need Jack for the psychic transmitter? She has a psychic transmitter. The Borg have assimilated probably countless psychic races before. Psychic telepathy, it shouldn't be new to them. They have the projector there. They don't need Jack to tell it, the projector, to do stuff. And they didn't need to, the changelings didn't need, they didn't need to steal Picard's original body. They didn't need to. The Borg, like, they should have a record of whatever they did to Locutus, and you have the Borg reprogramming people with segments of DNA. Again, for some reason, it just only affects people under 25. So, yeah, there are a lot of plot contrivances for this story to happen the way it happens. There are a lot of plot contrivances. And yeah, it's like Star Trek Generations. It's like the ending of that movie. It's like, why didn't Picard go back in time to capture Sarn before things happened when he was on the ship? Why didn't the Borg just send a sphere back in time to Borg territory? So back in time so that the Borg could then go and assimilate Earth back in the past. Why didn't they send the sphere out in Borg territory, inform them of Earth? Or it's like you got that for First Contact, but otherwise it's like, yeah, it's a solid plot. First Contact, it's like, aside from the plot, the logic hole of the Borg not just sending a sphere back to their past while they're in Borg territory. Not only that, there's that logic hole, and then there's the one whole logic hole in Star Trek Generations. And yeah, Nemesis, pretty straightforward story. Insurrection, pretty straightforward. So yeah, it's like, you're a Star Trek fan, it's not new to see plot contrivances like this, but there's just a good stack of them, in Star Trek Picard that prevent this, that I just can't ignore. I can't say that this is the ultimate TNG movie. Like, this is the ultimate TNG movie that's just, or the ultimate continuation of the TNG story. That's still working off of material from season 1 and season 2 of Star Trek Picard. It's got the plot, it's got a good stack of plot contrivances for this plot to work. It's like, I honestly can't say that this is perfect. They nailed down the music though, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, member berries that were thrown in, they're pretty okay. I was pretty satisfied. It was largely tasteful. As for member berries, what they go. But yeah, I can't say that this is perfect. And yeah, it's maybe ranks a little bit on my scale. It's like, it would go, it's like second, it's like if this was just all a single cohesive movie, or two movies, like Generations would be at the bottom. These two, like this whole season of Star Trek Picard, season 3, second bottom. Then Insurrection, then Nemesis, and then right at the top would be First Contact for TNG movies. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like this. It's like Star Trek Generations, folks. It's like Star Trek Generations. It's bad for many reasons. Like, the logic holes doesn't make sense. It's like, why doesn't Soren just fly a ship into the ribbon? Why doesn't Picard go back in time further to capture Soren when he's on board? Or better yet, stop his brother and nephew from dying? Yeah. This season of Star Trek Picard, it edges out that. Because they definitely, Terry Matalas definitely, I get the feeling he's a fan, but it's like, for writing Star Trek, he is not quite there. And me personally, I would have just gone, well, if I could, I would have blank slate everything. You know, Star Trek Picard season 1 and 2 never happened. And yeah. If this movie was working with a blank slate of, if this entire season, if it had done a blank slate of whatever, and there were some more Voyager, Deep Space Nine cameos, I would say better. It would be a step up, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Right, it'd be right. It's middle. This is mid tier. And right now, I'm gonna be, if I don't finish this, cap this off, I'm gonna be rambling. But yeah, for the entire season of, for the entire season review, it's mid tier. It's a 6.5. Maybe it's 6.9 because, yeah, the plot contrivances, the logic hole, the plot contrivances, and the fact that this is coming at the end of season. This is still in the continuity of season 1, season 2 of Star Trek Picard. Yeah, it's mid tier. I was entertained, but it's like this is no Orville. It's no Orville season 3. I fucking loved Orville season 3. I'm not gonna lie. Did I review all of Orville season 3? I don't know. Fuck, I gotta get the DVD of that at some point. But anyway, rambling. These are my thoughts on this episode of Star Trek Picard and the rest of the season. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodcanistan. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay frosty, stay sexy, San Diego. Get your jewels in one where you can. I'm a spaceman. Invest in GameStop. Support Gina. Peace out, folks. Peace out.